All right, what up? What up? So, got a video on some TikToks I just want to go over and review real quick. A lot of entertainment. It's going to be a short video, but I found these interesting, so I'm curious to know what you all think about what these two people are saying. So, let me switch it up.
All these red flags with a guy she was dating. Just I saw a story time on here, and this woman was talking about how she ignored all these red flags with a guy she was dating, just to end up getting scammed and robbed for a bunch of money. And when I saw that, it made me immediately realize why so many people have financial hardships. And it made me think of some conversations I had a while ago with three very successful people. So I know three different people that sold their businesses for hundreds of millions of dollars. One of them.
All right, I'm gonna be honest. When he said that, I was like, "Is this is this a real story?" I'm like, people that sold their businesses for hundreds of millions. I was like, maybe he knows them from online, and then like he knows of them, but not doesn't know. But I don't know. It just seemed that part seemed a little whack, and I'm gonna go through the comments, and someone else said the same thing. But
He sold his company to Coca-Cola for 100 million. Another one sold his company for
yeah.
about 150 million, and another one he sold his close to 300 million. And all three of them in separate conversations, I asked all three.
So I mean, so it said 100, 150, then double that to make it 300. It was just step ladder. Like that's why it's like I don't know if this joint is real, but whatever. I mean, I guess I'll just listen to the message he's saying, but it just sounds unrealistic.
Three of them, when did they start making real money? And by real money, I mean like millions of dollars. And one of them said he didn't start making real money until he was 41. The other one said 43, and the other one said 37. And I asked all three of them, why did they think it took them till they got to their 40s to start making real money? And all three of them, they had different reasons, but they had one thing that was in common for all of them. And the commonality they all said was they had to learn how to read people. To know when someone is lying to them and trying to get over, to know when somebody is a person that they shouldn't work with and stay away from, to know when somebody is somebody they should work with, learn how to put themselves first and say no to people, whether that be family, friends, or associates, and knowing when to trust their gut and move on that. And that conversation, as well as watching that story time, showed me why so many people have money problems. Too many.
So I guess that's the message of the clip that he's trying to make. Just being aware of the people you surround yourself with. Once again, the story just seemed fake to me. I don't know. Let me know. Do you think it's real or not? I'm gonna let him continue, but I mean that's the message. Uh,
Many people lack discernment and they're too nice. They let people take advantage of them. They don't know how to say no to anyone. They don't speak up for themselves. They give everybody the benefit of the doubt. And they don't trust their gut. People don't understand that in order to get money and to keep money, you cannot be a weak person. You can't trust everything someone tells you. You can't believe everybody got good intentions. You gotta
so ironic. You can't trust what everybody tells you. I'm like, man, I don't want to trust that story he was telling.
learn how to say no to your family, your friends, associates. You have to trust your gut and be bold enough to move on that unapologetically. So many people will be getting ready to do something, and everything in them, their gut is telling them this is a terrible idea. Do not do it. They know they shouldn't do it, and they still will do it just because they might have been pressured or someone kept begging or asking them. When you want to make and keep money, you got to learn how to not be moved or swayed by other people. And you won't be able to make any money, or I should say, you won't be able to keep any money. It's
All right, so it's basically saying. So I'm just gonna go through the comments. Can you tell me some problems? When I think about all the money I spent on exes. Let me see. There was one that was interesting. I always tell my clients that do not hang around broke people. Hence the reason they are broke financially. Additionally, I cut off a lot of my family and friends. Yeah, I mean, I can see this as I guess it's the way that you do it. If there's someone meaningful to you, you don't want to burn bridges, of course. But hey, you just cut them off with love in a sense, where it's like, all right, this is the path I'm going. You can stay there. I mean, cool, whatever. But I gotta focus on surrounding myself with people that are trying to get to where I'm trying to get to. So yeah, you're so right. This is what happens to me. This is true. I appreciate this lesson, brother. There was someone that talked about. Yeah, this was it. He's like, bro doesn't know these people, just straight cap. Like it may be hard for you to believe because of where you're at in life, but everyone ain't a loser. Little bro, let me see what else. Okay, what company did Coca Cola buy? Who's the friend? I know it's just like, come on, man. But bro, I got a cousin that's rich, and Rich Paul was one of. Okay. Anyway, that's it. That's this video. Let me go to the
I'm
next
literally
one.
broke. I don't have no money saved in my bank account. I'm young and I cannot buy a house because I don't make enough money. I don't make enough money to buy a house and I'm super broke. I don't have no money saved and I work paycheck to pay my rent. This is what people are saying on the internet. Okay, they're talking about how they don't have no money. Like it's so many young people who don't have no money, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's because we're overspending on other things. We're overspending. We're overdoing it. A lot of us is going out on trips, buying a lot of food, eating takeout all the time, paying for things that we should not be paying for, doing too much all the time. Like what happened to us? Like treating ourselves.
All right, so it's interesting. So the first guy, his commentary seemed because he's a guy, seemed more so for the men. So I can understand that. This one seems more for the women, I guess, because she's a woman or whatever. So to take it when she was talking about takeouts and trips and stuff like that, like I don't. There's no guys I know that are calling themselves foodie. Only girls do that. So I guess this is the other side of it.
Every blue moon. Like treating ourselves has become a thing every single day. Every single day, young people are wanting to treat themselves with something. And that's the problem. We're overspending, boo. You're overspending. That's what it is. A lot of times it's not people's rent. We're overspending. We're seeing the amount, we're paying the bills, and then we're like, oh, this leftover money, I can use it for something instead of saving. I seen this video. The
I'll be real. Are her lips a distraction to you as well? It's like and then chewing the gum is just it's like throwing me off.
girl was talking about how she don't have no money saved in her bank account but some change. And she showed her bank account. And then she has a credit
She got good teeth though, so I'll give her that.
card, $5,000 in debt off of a credit card. I don't even know how is that possible. Like, and she was young. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I would never. I hate credit cards. I hate it.
I think that's a normal thing for people that hate credit cards. Usually, it's because they got themselves caught up. They didn't have the discipline to use it wisely. There's a way you can use credit cards wisely, and not just buying anything and just acting crazy with it. There's a way to do it. You can also what I was doing when my credit was like messed up and I couldn't find any good credit cards or the credit cards that was for those subprime borrowers and they didn't really have any benefits like that, like cashback and like other stuff like points to businesses and like air flight points and stuff like that. The only option I had was I started doing the secure credit card. So you put down your own money and then you can use that. And then another option was basically it operates as Chime is the card that I was using where it's still kind of confusing to me, but basically it's like a checking account. You have to put money into it. I guess it is. I mean, it's a secured credit card. So you put your money in the balance, or the limit is however much you put on it. So every time you pay off a bill or you add money to your card, it counts that as a payment. So and then it reports it to the bureau. So uh, the the traditional secure credit card that I used to have, they set so you give them your deposit and they set the limit and then that's it. You can't touch it. But with the Chime one I was using, basically anytime you put in money, they count it as a payment. They count it as a payment, and it was just easier. It gave me more flexibility, and they were reporting to all the credit bureau, so that helped. And then it's just so consistent amount of payments. And I'm like, sometimes I don't even think about it, but it says like I'll get an alert that says, "Oh, okay, you paid your balance for the month." I'm like, "I did." Like, "Oh, okay, whatever." So. That's one way you can use it, but just spending credit card, it depends on what you're trying to use it for. If you know you don't have the discipline, then just don't mess with it until something changes. or and what I mean by something changes is either you build up the habits of knowing how to manage your credit wisely, you built up that discipline, or maybe you just you're traveling, you don't want to use your own funds or something like that.
because it's a setup, and you would never. You would never see me get no credit card. Put no money. No, I already got to pay school loans. I already got to pay them back. I'm not getting no more credit. Nothing. Like I'm not playing these games with the government. Like a lot of us young people, we use too much money. We look at leftover money and we think it's free, and it's not. It should be saved for a rainy day. It should be saved for emergencies. That's the problem.
I believe that somewhat. As far as I don't like, because I don't like saving. I don't like saying saving for a rainy day. Like I've heard it so many times. You heard it so many times. It's not sexy, and it just makes you not want to do it. So maybe it's like a psychological thing. I rather the approach I take is okay. My money needs a mission. What mission is this extra money supposed to fulfill? Oh, okay. I already designated. I need funds for this project or whatever I'm trying to do. That extra money goes there. I do the savings, and the savings is more so like yeah. I mean, it can be the emergency fund, but I at least like my money. All my money already has a job or assignment to do, and it goes into those funds. So I don't really have to think so much about it. So it's not so much of a hit. Like okay, what I do with money? I got extra money. Like there's never I don't know, and I do have a fund for just play money where you just spend it freely without any regret or anything like that. You got to have a source for that. But just say just put it for a rainy day. Like the way that most people talk about, it, especially how she's saying it. It's like no one's gonna do that. Like no one's gonna do. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, let me just. If you don't give your money a mission, then it's not important, and you're gonna end up spending it. So you just gotta switch it around. Do that psychology on your mind when it comes to how your money is divided and where it goes, where does it stay, and stuff like that. But I mean, so I'm not completely disagreeing with her. I just don't like the way that she said it. It just even makes me not want to say just how she said it.
Problem. That's why we can't afford nothing. That's why we can't afford assets, and we only can afford a car payment and a house and the bills that come with the house because we're not saving our money. We're not investing in anything. A car is not an asset. I don't know who is saying that on the internet, but that is not no. That is nothing. Even when you have a car and it's new and you paid it off, it's still not an asset, honey. A house is an asset. Okay.
All right, so technically, traditionally, yeah, a car is not an asset unless you make it one. So if you're using your car to make yourself some money, either like Uber Eats, DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, or whatever, if the car is making you money and the expenses of maintaining and gas, the car note or whatever you have is less than what you're bringing in, or you just divvy it up. It's like a regular work car. You're independent contractor. You're using your vehicle in order to make yourself some money. That is your asset. You can write it off on your taxes, just like a regular business will be. But if you're looking at it as just a consumer, then yeah, I mean it's a liability that you pay every day. But I mean not all the way because you're still using your car to get to work and to be on time. So uh, I mean I obviously I'm I'm kind of playing devil's advocate. I can see it from both sides. Generally, yeah, it's not like an asset like you would think of it. But if you didn't have your car, how are you gonna get to work? How are you gonna make like money? Or you're gonna take public transportation. That's more time out your day, so you're losing time. Remember, you can't get back time. So it's like okay, but kind of being a little bit difficult. But yeah, that's how I see that.
But yeah, it's too much shopping going around with the millennials and the Gen Z. That's the problem with us. I'm literally broke. I don't.
Yeah, so she talking to the women. Okay, let me see. I'm not overspending. It's just the economy for real. Unless you're making a lot of money coming in monthly, yeah, no wiggle room for extras, even if you're financial. Okay, so this is where a prime candidate of not taking control of your life. And what I mean is, you don't blaming an outside source for your financial issues. Just what it really means is just that you have no power in the direction of your life. That's not a good thing. You don't blame the economy. The economy will be good and bad. It will just keep going up and low, up and low. It's always going to be like that. It was like that in the past. You don't just like so blaming the economy does nothing. You need to figure out why are you in this position, because there's people in this economy, even a down economy, that was making money. Remember during COVID, and you was hearing about all these new millionaires and billionaires. Like, how are they making money? How are they doing good, and you're not? So it's just like, no, there's things you need to be doing with your money and your finances overall. You need to get a full snapshot and understanding of where your money is. What do you have? What do you owe? What do you own? And then figure out, okay, how can you put yourself in a better situation? But if you go with the just blaming other people, blaming the economy, you're gonna be in the same position for life. Because we stress as hell. If I don't treat myself to a little meal after a stressful, okay, yeah, you need to. It's just a short term relief. Is not gonna change your position. You're gonna be right back here again. This just isn't true. You cannot out save inflation. Yeah, um, you save for like emergencies, but high rent, high groceries. This is all about your earning potential. You need to increase your earning potential. There financially responsible people, sure, but people who are smart with their money are still struggling. If you're still struggling with your money, you're doing something wrong. Um, so I have to challenge this. Like, it doesn't mean you're dumb, but you're not allocating your money wisely. Sure, things can be like tight, but she's talking about struggling. How can you be smart with your money and still be struggling? Like something is wrong. So I don't agree with that. Now, when your check is 2K and rent is 1950, why do you have rent that's 1950 when you're making 2K? Your net, and you don't get paid for two. No, hold on. I hope someone you have to split your rent in half. I do that. Why? Wow. So she messed up. You got to downgrade. But anyways, um, I don't like credit cards either. But you get punished for not having any. With that said, be smart about it. Okay. Yes, people pay 1,900 a month rent with an $800 car payment is what they're doing now. Yeah, I mean everybody's situation is different. It is what it is. But you gotta. This is why I help people. This is why I offer these financial audits to help people understand. Okay, like this is what you got coming in net, not the gross, but the net. And these are expenses. Where do you want to take your expenses? Where do you want to be in the future? Okay, this is what you got to do. So I'm gonna just leave it there. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know your thoughts. If you're in the same position or you know people in this position, were you able to help them out, help them get on the right track? Let me know. If you appreciate this video, definitely like it and share it. And obviously subscribe to my channel so I can grow. I can help more people. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.